Yep, almost midnight. And it's taken me 3 hours and many, many, many takes to get to this far. So, what did I do today? I don't remember the morning. I had breakfast at noon. I had made a giant omelet with bean sprouts and cheese and bacon, etc., etc. Green pepper was really good. I did laundry with a little machine in the shower pan. And these curtains were in the bedroom. I switched them out and washed them and ironed them. Um, did dishes. They're all over there. They're drying. They'll be put away in the morning. I have the vacuum cleaner sitting out. It got kind of late and I didn't really want to make noise. Um, Brian and Ash had some friends over that had kids. I could hear kids whooping and hollering and having a great time all day. I didn't want to make any noise or bother anybody. I talked to my brother David. I called the house phone. They live on a horse farm. They used to have a bunch of horses, Morgan horses, but now they only have one, Mo, who is 33 years old, losing his teeth and has an enlarged testicle, and he's just an old geezer. Still cheeky, though. And I thought, oh shit, she had inherited a bunch of money. And they said when Mo dies, they might move or might go around the world or something. So I thought, oh, maybe whatever happened. And so I called his cell phone and left a message, and he ended up calling me back. They have a new number from the house. We talked about stuff. Today, Mom would have been 99 years old. We talked about Mom. She was a narcissist, and we were talking about how pretentious she was. And when people would ask her for donations of money, she'd say, "Where do they get that idea?" Yeah, I'm very familiar with narcissistic behavior and all that. We were talking about that, and I told him about the weekend, the tram, and Palm Springs, etc., etc. And then we were talking about. He brought up a couple things. Matthias Marcuso, is that his name? I wrote it down. Matthias Martuso, who's a guitar player. He said he's fantastic. My brother plays bass guitar in a couple bands, so I thought I'd check out this guy. He's really good, so I subscribed. And then he was asking me about 3i slash Atlas. And I said, what? He goes, oh, you don't know about it. I said, no. Apparently, uh, it's out there floating around and darting around out in outer space. Don't know if it's a natural entity or if it's a fabricated thing by either alien technology or our technology that's hush hush secret. So I'll have to check into that further. He said it's, starts flying through the heavens up there, and all of a sudden it'll stop on a dime and go a different direction and stuff. And I said, well, that's manufactured. A real thing wouldn't do that. We were talking about time and space and string theory, and I'm glad I can talk to somebody about it. So we were talking about that, talking about Dad and what he used to work on at work. He worked on the Gemini Space Mission Communication System in the capsule. And he worked on a lot of other governmental stuff. When he worked for McDonnell Douglas, which was bought out by Boeing, they had secret security, high security areas. That's where Dad worked. And they asked Dad not to say anything about whatever he's working on, and he didn't. It's amazing. I don't think I could hold a secret like that. It's hard enough being married to an abusive person and not being able to say what was happening at home. Holding a secret, I just can't. It hurts. Anyway, we're talking about all the cool stuff, things Dad had been involved in, things Dad was interested in. He said, when Dad was working out there in that high security, etc., etc., he started reading all about aliens and stuff like Chariot of the Gods and all these other alien books. He says, coincidence? I said, well, I have one of his books. It's called Spaceships Have Landed. It's an old book. Talks about the different species, their propulsion of their ships, etc., etc. And that's what McDonnell Douglas Boeing was working on. Stealth propulsion, levitation, etc., etc. I said, well, that's what the Nazis were trying to work on too, so that they could put it in their Luftwaffe, their Air Force, and win any war they wanted. They wanted that technology. So it's out there somewhere, right? And we'd have to be kind of stupid to think we were the only entities in the universe. But we were talking about that for a while. So I'll have to check more into that. Tomorrow, I have 56 pieces of footage from this weekend. 56. I already erased a couple that were duplicates and stuff, but I have to go through all of them and upload them to the computer, edit them into a movie, upload them to YouTube. And I've been having trouble with the computer, and that's why I'm just floating ahead and right now through my phone. And it's like boring. I want to do the fun stuff again, but I think I'm going to have to get a new computer. And I don't know when they go on sale, before or after Christmas, or when. I don't know. Black Friday, I don't know. I'll have to ask Brian. Maybe he'll have some ideas, because my computer is outdated and it just doesn't have any room in it. It won't work on stuff. It'll tell me the file's corrupt. I can't do this. I can't do that. So it's really a bummer. And it's like taking blood out of a rock. It's really hard to do. So I'm going to have to work on that and make some chili tomorrow. So the weather's starting to cool off. A few other things. Okay. Whew, good. I had to write it all down because I kept going off on tangents and forgetting what I had already said and all that. So I think I said everything I needed to say. Cat's waiting for me to go to bed. It's bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. It's midnight right now. I'm going to turn back into a pumpkin. And see you, hopefully, with that film tomorrow. Oh no! Oh no! I'm a pumpkin! Upward and onward.